Alright, so the other day I went to the flea market and got some pretty cool stuff. As you can see here, I got this Narnia castle. This is more like a 3 3/4 inch sized display thing, playset, whatever. It's got everything that it came with, like the working lift and this trapdoor and the spinning things and this trapdoor. I'm not sure exactly how it works out over here. And one of the coolest things I think is that it has this drawbridge here. When you press the keystone up here, it's supposed to go down, and then when it hits the bottom, the sound stops. Like it'll stay, the sound will stay until it falls down. And these lanterns here glow. Let's see if I, there you go. They glow red, or they light up, whatever. But I thought that was pretty cool, and they stay lit for quite a while. There's a couple other gimmicks it has in the back, but I thought this was pretty cool. I got it for $8 and I couldn't pass that up. Can't pass up something like that for $8. The only thing that was missing was this. I don't know what it was, but other than that, I mean, there might have been something that went here. I'm not sure exactly. And then the flags and the figures obviously weren't included. But like I said, $8. I couldn't say no to it. So we're going to get this out of the way for a second. If you want to see the inside, there's the inside. Plenty of room to do all kinds of stuff in there. And then, you've seen them already, but I got a golem here. It's the bendy one. And I also got another one. And then I got the superposable one. I got the two bendable ones from the same place, the flea market, but like the same seller. It's a guy who has a toy store. They were both originally $10, but I got them both for $10 together, so $5 each. And they come with the stand that talks. Where's the button at? Somewhere around here. There you go. And then this one I got for $2. Some lady was selling them. He comes with the wall. I already have this one, so altogether now I have 4, and I'm gonna, of course, turn them into moloids. Or I can use them for something else. It doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna make the moloids though. But yep. And afterwards, I stopped at Walmart and got myself the RID Starscream. Pretty cool looking figure. Doesn't have the red crest, of course. It's like he's supposed to. But not gonna complain. Got one more thing from the flea market, and you guys are gonna see that right now. Next up, I got this dollhouse here. Once I saw it, I was set. I just knew that this was going to be a great display piece, and when I asked them, you know, how much, they wanted $25 for it, and I said, give it to me immediately. They had furniture with it, but they wanted extra, so I just bought the bag of furniture. There was 2 bags, but I only bought one. Should have bought both. They were $5 for the whole thing, so I ended up spending $30. Down here, if you're wondering where the front of the thing is, it's over there somewhere. It came off, but it needs a little bit of work, a little bit of glue here and there, but nothing big. There's some shingles that are messed up, but I mean, that adds some character to it. It needs a doorknob. Door opens though. Really cool looking door. It has all these cool angles cut into it. It's got a chimney, couple of gables. If you guys don't know what a gable is, it's that thing that's right there where the roof comes up like that. That's called a gable. There's a couple of different things, a bunch of windows. I apologize for the poor lighting. I am using a lamp downstairs in my living room because I mainly bought this dollhouse for my mom. She's been wanting one, and the deal was that if I buy it, I use it to take pictures, and then she can do whatever else she wants with it. So we're gonna go around. Well, I'll go to the side first so you guys can see the side if the lighting's not that bad. So there's the side of the house, 2 windows, and then here's the inside or the back. Let's see if the lighting will be good in here or not. It's a little dark. I guess I can move the lamp. Cool, this lamp's wire's long enough to be able to move all the way over here. Alright, now you can kind of see the inside of the house. So like I said, needs some work. Nothing too crazy. It's a little old-fashioned looking. You can see the wallpaper in the living room here. It's a little old. There's some more of the furniture. There's a fireplace. This all can be moved around too. It's not stationary. None of the furniture is. The cool thing is that the windows actually go up and down. And there's like some type of thing over there. And then there's this like weird, really old TV. It has an image in it. It's some Asian lady, but it fell out. So I'm not really worried about it. Probably get a better TV for this. Right here, it needs some work. It's got a cool little picture up there. I guess next we'll go to what I would say is the dining room. That's my guess. It's got some wallpaper here, real wood floors. You can see the wood's coming up a little bit here. I need to glue that down. It's got a ceiling fan. Can't really tell if I'm on it. There it is. It spins. It's very small. It looks like it's too small for this dollhouse. The house itself is for 6-inch scaled dolls or figures, I guess. So it works out pretty well with legends and all that. Here's the bathroom upstairs. See the cuts in the roof. Really cool. I love all the angles, even though they're not super clean. Like right in here, it's okay. It's no big deal. Still looks really good. A lot of trim along the baseboard and window trim right here. This window trim needs to go back on. That fell off for whatever reason. But you can see it's very, very easy to fix. It's all just mainly glue. And these windows all move up and down. I think this window might be a little messed up. Yeah, it looks like I need to glue it. Sorry about my hand being in the way. And here's the upstairs bedroom. You can see it's got all these drawers and stuff on the furniture. It's got a picture, a rug. There's a rug down there too. It's got an actual rug too here, it's like felt or something, and a big window in the front, which is really cool. And I guess this could be called an attic, but I would just think of it as a storage place to just store your extra stuff or your dolls or whatever girls did. I don't know, but I thought this was really cool and would go well with like a Marvel Legends display. I already had a picture that I took with Cap in here, and I took a picture of Spider-Man climbing out the window. And I plan on taking a couple more pictures once I get more furniture and stuff. There's even trim around the outside of the roof. Really, really cool. Really glad I got this. This piece itself goes for about $300. I've seen multiple ones on Craigslist and kits that you can buy, and they're all right around that ballpark. The cheapest I've seen was just like a simple, I think it's like 2-room house that doesn't have like a fancy roof or anything for $100, and that's like a build it kit at what is that? Michaels or AC Moore, one of them. So, I mean, I think I scored pretty well on this. Alright, well, stay tuned for more pictures of this soon. So I went on a true run today, and for those who don't know what I mean by true, it stands for Toys R Us. That's what us toy nerds call it when we abbreviate it. Or you can even say it's an acronym, because it spells a word, but whatever. Anywho, came across these guys. I was hoping to find some Viacons from the Transformers Prime series. If anybody finds them, like I said in the last video, you know, hook me up. I'm trying to get a hold of a couple. But anyway, here's the new line of Generations, and Generations usually means like anything now when it comes to Transformers. It used to be the ones that like look like the characters when they were G1, and I mean, like, it was first called Classics and then it was called that, but I don't know. I don't really know what it means anymore. So anyway, as some of you might know, the Fall of Cybertron game is coming out very soon, and I'm not sure exactly the release date, so don't ask me, just look it up or something. Here they redid Prime from the first game, and he looks a little bit different, his truck mode especially. Robot mode, he kind of keeps the same face and all that. And then finally we got the Shockwave here, which I was really pumped to even see in the last game, and I loved everything about him. I love the way he looks right now, you know, G1, like how he does in his robot mode. And then instead of a gun, they make him this like Cybertronian jet, which is something they could definitely do, because none of these characters have to look like any certain vehicle because they're still on Cybertron. So that's really cool that that they have him in his own kind of unique jet. But I think it's a very good mode. And then we got Jazz over here, which is pretty cool too. He's like a race car kind of looking thing, which is a cool design on his part, because you know, he was that, what was he, a Porsche or something? I forget. But he looked like a Porsche, I think. Ow. So, I think, overall, like, these figures look really good, but there's a few gripes I have about them. Like, Prime, for one, is very, very small, very tiny. He looks like, a scout class. And I could tell that he doesn't have that much articulation by just looking in the box. So it's depressing that they keep getting smaller and smaller. He's one that should have been big. And same thing here with Shockwave. He's also, from in the packaging, man, he looks really disappointing. But hi Sam. There's Sam's down there video bombing like always. Anywho, back to what I was saying. He's another figure that should have been a big figure just because of the character that he is. He's a bigger guy. He's a general of an army. He should be big, you know. And Jazz is the only one that seems to fill out, you know, in his actual deluxe size. He's the only figure that actually looks like big enough. It's kind of depressing to see these two not compare to him. Not to mention, like, his sculpting looks a lot better than these guys, especially their hands. Their hands are very lame. If you look at Prime's hands, Shockwave's hands, and then you look at his hands are so much better. But I'm not sure what's going on in that chest right there. It's kind of going down. As you can see, he's got some nice shiny paint on his head, too. So, paint apps are there, which is pretty cool. He's got his Autobot symbol. He's got his Autobot symbol. Decepticon symbol right there. So, that's pretty cool. These guys seem to be 2 per box each. There's 3 of them in the wave. They're down, you can see down there, and I seen 2 sets of them, so I grabbed the 1 set. And yeah, so that's my haul for today. Alright, I went ahead and opened up these guys. Just wanted to check out how well articulated they were and just to get a better hands-on of them. And I'm gonna say this, man, I'm a lot more impressed now that they're open and everything. There's still some things I'm not, fond of with some of them. Like, I still can't get over the fact that Prime is so small, especially his head. He is a lot more articulated than I thought, and he actually has the ball jointed feet that I'm really liking when it comes to Transformers. I mean, they've done it on a couple of characters so far, and that gives him, like an ankle rocker, and you can get him in the, dynamic poses and all that. I don't think this one's necessarily better than the original, but I haven't transformed them yet. I just wanted to check them out before I did. So these are my first thoughts, I guess, on them. Like I said, a lot more articulated. Everything from like the knee down, though, is pretty much solid until it gets to the foot. It's just like a big piece of plastic. The things right here don't move, like the shin pads or whatever, knee pads. But one thing I do kind of like about this is he has an accessory. He has a gun. The pictures say to use the gun on here, like on this part, and I just don't think it looks right. I think it looks a lot better like this. But that's just my preference. No light piping in his head, which is a big no-no when it comes to Transformers. I feel like, that's one of their main things. It's a lot of what they're known for. Shockwave over here actually has light piping, which is really cool to see. And I'm going to get Prime out of the way since I already talked about him. And Shockwave is actually a lot more impressive than I thought. His legs are very skinny, but I really thought about it when it comes to... I mean, all of these figures, you can tell if you really look at them, that they have minimal junk. There's nothing extra hanging off of them. No big backpacks or panels. Like, I know he's supposed to have somewhat of a backpack, so that's okay. That's not a big deal at all. I really don't mind that. But, like, there's no extra things, like, hanging off their legs or anything. So, that I do like about these. They're very figure-looking and probably game accurate. I haven't really checked, but I would say that they're very very accurate to what they would look like in the game. So you can see, if I hold Shockwave under the light, you can see that his eye glows pretty well. And he also has light piping in his gun. It's on the side here. If you put it under the light, you can kind of get a look of what it looks like. His chest, I'm not sure. I haven't really tried it out, but it is a translucent purple, which is really cool. If you can, there you go. You can get a better look in the lighting. I'm liking the fact that the gun here can actually go onto his hand. Or it could go on either one. I prefer it on the left because that's how he is in G1. You can fold up the fist and it clips right on the forearm, and it makes it look like it comes out of the hand like it does in the games. At least in the first game, that's how they went. Like, the guns came out of their hands. And I think that's why Prime's gun looks like that too. But I'm not sure. One main thing I'm disappointed in Shockwave is that he has multiple kinds of plastic on him. Like, there's some kind of weird plastic here that's kind of like... I don't know what kind it is. It reminds me of a trash can, like the material of a Rubbermaid trash can. And then he's got hard plastic everywhere else, and then like the shades of purple are off too, which is depressing. But overall, it's a really nice figure from what I can see. And another thing I'm not fond of is that he does not have up and down on his head. Like, it's not on a ball joint or anything. It's just a straight swivel back and forth, because of this gimmick that it goes down for when his transformation. And no wrist articulation, but Prime has it, and so does Jazz. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but on his gun you can actually take this off and it looks like a 3-barreled rifle or something. I prefer the tip thing to be on there. Okay, so that's enough of Shockwave for now. And we'll get on to Jazz. Alright, so Jazz is, even though I said he was the most impressive looking, he's actually my least favorite of the bunch in robot mode. Though, like I said, he does hide his robot junk very, very well. You can see his back is very slender there, and his hood goes all the way down, so it creates like a chest. And oh, I wasn't even on it, my bad. Yeah, so you can see that. Maybe the only parts that have a lot of kibble is the forearms right here with the wheel and all, but that's not a big deal. One thing though is if you put his arms down, it kind of gives him this ape-like appearance. I feel like he looks like ape-ish because he's got skinny legs and big upper body and forearms, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, but he does have nice blue paint. His elbows and knees are on ratchet joints, which is always cool too. So you can get him into a lot of nice poses. So, I mean, that's really cool. And then all the detail inside the car, everything is really nice when it comes to that. He has wheels down here that don't move. Hi Sam. They're just kind of molded to make it look like they're there. I don't know. And then he's got wheels on his forearms, like I said, and then under here in the chest, you can see them behind this panel. His head, very reminiscent of G1 Jazz. It looks really cool. I dig it, definitely. The gun is pretty cool. A little accessory to add to it. I guess he has something like that in the game. But I still do not like this huge hole down here. I wish they could have done something better, but I mean, engineering is engineering, so you do what you gotta do to make the rest of the thing work. It's just like a big gaping, hole everywhere right there. But oh well, I'm not gonna cry about it or anything. Detail is really nice though. Overall, this figure is really nice, and like JR would say, these figures are really clean, really nice looking, really detailed. Just I don't know, they're just pretty neat. One problem I've always had when it comes to Transformers is I hate how they make them out of scale with each other. Now, Jazz would have been fine in this scale if Shockwave was taller and bigger, maybe like a deluxe, or I mean, not a deluxe, a Voyager, and same thing with Prime. Prime could be shorter than Shockwave. I don't know if I've been saying Soundwave, I feel like I have, but yeah, if he was taller than Prime, that would make more sense to me too, but Prime would be bulkier. Just in my opinion, that's what would look good. Alright, so I've probably talked for way too long here. So next I'm going to transform these guys and show you guys how they look in their vehicle modes. Alright, transform these guys into their vehicle modes, and doing the transformations were pretty easy. I didn't need any of the instructions or anything, but I would say that for a person who's not very familiar with Transformers and isn't really good at figuring it out, I suggest maybe using them. For me, I like to figure it out, and I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's just little things where you're like, oh, okay, that's where that goes. So I didn't have to fight with them or anything. Pretty straightforward, like I said, and everything tabs in pretty nicely, and overall I really like the way the vehicle modes look. Now for Prime, I mean, you can see he's really short, really stocky. I wish this was a bigger figure. If this would have just been a couple scales up, I would have been extremely happy with it. But, I mean, he rolls pretty well. All 6 tires move. And he has weapon storage, which is okay. Not really a fan of guns on top of the on top of the vehicles, but it's okay because it's not a true vehicle or anything. I put the smokestacks like this. I'm not sure if they're supposed to, but that's where they are. Overall, pretty nice. Looks like the video game. He's just too tiny, in my opinion. That's the only problem I have with this figure. But other than that, I like it. I wish he did have the orange or whatever he has on the tires on the video game, but whatever. This space back here is a little eye-catching, but I'm not, I'm not gonna freak out about it or anything. Front looks nice. Reminds me of Thundercats for some reason, like the command center thing. I don't know. I don't remember what the name is before, but that's what it reminds me of. So there's him. Favorite, probably definitely Shockwave. Definitely. That didn't sound right. But anywho, what's cool about him is that his head actually does store in here. So if you want to get all technical, he is seeing through here in his jet mode. So that's where his eyes technically go. At first, I wasn't fond of this when I was transforming it because of all the weird panels that, I don't know. It was just really weird. But as you can see, he's pretty much like condensed. All you can really see is his chest. So, like I said, in their robot modes, they still hold the same, like, no extra junk thing in their vehicle modes. That's the underside of Prime. So everything's pretty much hidden except for his hands, but back here is where his hands were. They turned out to be thrusters, which is kind of cool. His gun got stored underneath and is in the place of where it would be if it was in front of the vehicle, which is really cool. I like that they did that. It's not like a false thing, like how they do like fake tires and doors in certain areas. I don't know. But this is probably one of my favorites so far. I like the way he transforms. Engineered very well. In here, he's a little heavy. I don't know why, but that's Shockwave for you. And last, we got Jazz. And I'm going to say I like his vehicle mode a lot better than his robot mode. Very cool, sleek, kind of like a sports car looking car. And I love how this is like actually sculpted into there, like all the detail in his muffler, or not his muffler, his grill and his headlights and everything. It's really cool. And then these exhausts are, I'm going to say they're exhausts. They could be something else, but that's pretty cool. And normally, like I said, I don't like weapon storage, but the way this goes in here, and it just looks pretty neat. And you can even put it backwards, and it looks kind of like a detail on the car, like I don't know, like a fin or something. But this is actually a pretty cool way to store this gun. I like how it's like shallow, like not sticking off the vehicle that crazy. He's got these big hinges here. I'm not sure if that's how it looks in the game, but that's okay. And then he's got more of that detail right here, which is really cool. I really like the way that they did that. There's his underside, pretty much hidden. You can see that the tires from his feet are right here. At first, I was like here's a false thing, like a false tire or whatever. But he could have wheels underneath his car, just like extra ones that he uses to turn really fast or drive even faster, whatever. So that's pretty cool. Like I said with Prime, the only thing I don't like is the hands. They have the hands just hanging out there. They could have created another panel to kind of cover these, but, you know, I'm not going to freak out about it. Overall, it's just, I'm happy with the way they were able to engineer these guys so that they can fold up very nicely into robots and then fold down into cars and pretty much hide everything that, everything from their other modes in those modes, if you catch what I'm saying. I'm kind of rambling, but yeah, so that's my little, I don't know what you want to call this, like crack it open because I felt like it, crack it open episode here. So thanks for checking this out. Package, and I'm hoping that it is what I think it is. I'm gonna be really pumped. So not much to say but to get this guy open, and every single time it feels like, every time I do an unboxing, I feel like there's a problem with the damn thing in the background. It keeps falling down. Alright, cool. It is what I think it is. This package is from Slings of Web, who helped me out a lot this week, and I definitely owe him big time. Not only did he put it in that package thing, he put it in here too, so that's really cool of him to take the extra precautions to protect what's in the thing. And yes, finally I have a Gohan. As you can see, there's the 2012 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Gohan. Not quite sure what's too different. I know it has something to do with the paint, with the outfit, and I think there is more shading on the skin tone on this version of Gohan, because I believe that the first SH Figure Arts DBZ character was Gohan, so I guess they figured since he's going for 180 and whatever on eBay, that they would re-release him, give everybody a chance to get him again through Comic-Con, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be on some websites after Comic-Con, but yeah, they decided to go with a repaint, and that's cool to me. It looks really, really good. I think I have all of the characters now. Yeah, Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Trunks, and now Gohan. So I have the full crew, I believe. I don't have all of the figures, I just have all of the characters. So really pumped about this, and he looks really good, so I might crack him open in a second. Alright, this figure is awesome. Now I see why he's so sought after. He's just a great sculpt, great feeling figure. He does feel kind of like a model kit figure because he's lighter than, at least I think he's lighter than any of the other Dragon Ball Z Figure Arts figures. But I do think it's a very solid and very nice. And as Junior would say, it's a very clean figure. I know that everybody's joking about how he kind of coined that term, but anyway, very, very nice. All the paint apps are super nice. The I don't even know what this outfit is necessarily called, but his pants and his shirt and everything have a lot of paint detail. It's a base purple, and then he's got some highlights of a lighter purple in there, and he also has shading of a darker purple. Maybe it might even be black, but it appears purple in person. He has this blue belt thing. Not much paint on there. I don't think there's any actually, or it is painted, but it's just no shading really. Looks like there's a little bit. cuffs are a different kind of blue with a darker shade to them. Hair is painted and shaded in a couple different yellows and a little bit of whites for highlights. The eyebrows match the hair very nice. His eyes are green, like a Super Saiyan should. And he's got... I love these boots, man. These boots are so detailed. All the little wrinkles and notches, and then the paint wash that goes on it. He's even got like white in there for his socks. That's why I love these figures, man. I don't care if they're $30 to $60 a piece. I mean, yes, I do, because I'm not rich, but they're definitely worth it. And if you're a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, or even a huge just figure fan, this is these type of figures are must have. I do recommend, if you're gonna get one or something, I do recommend either this figure or the Trunks because of all the accessories they come with. Here's some of his accessories right here. I'm having trouble turning the camera. Must be stuck. But he has his cloak, like Piccolo has, from when Piccolo was teaching him how to be a man, basically. When Goku wasn't around, he was like his foster child. He's got a ton of different faces, as you can see. Sorry about that. He's got his Super Saiyan 1 hair, or head, and he already has his Super Saiyan 2 head on. He's got like you can see the grinning face there, and then up there that's like, yeah, okay face, and then the one underneath it's like, yeah, you're dead, and the happy one, and then the Kamehameha face. Sorry, I wasn't on there. And then he comes with a total of 6 hands. 2 are already on him. And then there's a gripping hand there, another gripping hand, and 2 open palms. What's cool about him is I don't think, at least, he doesn't share any other parts of his actual build with any other figure arts character. I believe the pants are pretty much all the same for Goku, Piccolo, and Trunks, and a lot of the hands are all the same too, for all the characters except for Piccolo because he has nails. But he has all his own scale because he's smaller of a character, so he has like the smaller scaled stuff. Not sure about the shoulder or sleeves on the shoulders. I'm not sure if they're the same as the other ones on the other figures, but they could be. But really pumped. This guy was only $30. You can't pass this figure up for $30. I don't care like who you are. If you're just an action figure fan, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, it doesn't matter. Like, this figure is definitely worth it. And if you went to the con and you didn't pick this up, you're really missing out. It's a great figure, and I'm so happy that Slings could help me out with this figure, because now it completes my roster of what figures are available as of characters right now. The future for figure arts in the DBZ department especially is looking really good. We got Krillin coming out, we got Cell, we have Nappa, we have the original Vegeta with his tail around his waist, and I think he might even be shorter and a different sculpt than the Super Saiyan 1. He's going to have his regular hair, he's going to have the scouter and everything. I believe Android 18, the girl, and I forget if she's 18 or 17. I think she's 18. There's going to be one of her, which is really cool looking too, and there's going to be one of Frieza. So all these characters are coming out, and they're being, like, especially this year, they're being mass produced, or not mass produced, but like released. They released more characters this year than they have ever done. I believe, they're going to release, I'm sorry, I'm getting all messed up. They're going to release more characters than they have ever done. This year, they've only had a couple. I believe it was Piccolo's an older one, I believe. It was just Vegeta, Trunks, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So that's just 3 characters, and they have like 6 coming out soon. Hopefully all within this year, coming up 2013, and all available soon. I like when they gap it out because they are quite pricey. I believe you could pre-order sell right now on bigbadtoystore.com, and I forget what he's going for, maybe like 40 or something with the pre-order. And if you think about it, $40 every week would be a lot of money if they release them every week, but what they usually do is release them a couple months within the year, and that makes them more affordable. So I was very scared when they were going to do Super Saiyan Goku, or Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Trunks for this year, because when they showed them both, they were both shown at the same time, and I thought they were going to come out at the same time, and that would have been too much money to throw out at one point. But they came out I think like a month or so in between each other, which was great. But I'm done talking your ears off right now. Go pick up this figure if you can. I'm not sure what websites you can get it. I would try Amazon, maybe a Figure Arts website. I'm not sure what it is, or Hobby Link Japan even. So go check out this figure, and thanks for watching. All right, so those of you who have been watching my videos for quite some time now know that this guy was a project that I put aside for a little while. It's probably maybe a year and a half years old so far in the progress. And when I first started with him, I had a different kind of mindset to use a lot of magnets. Okay, so keep in mind that this isn't my best work in customization, but I have been working on him lately just to finish him up, and if I decide to redo it, I would definitely go with a different approach. So first off, I'm not done yet. This is just maybe 80% done. I did use the Savage Dragon legs, and I put some green stuff. This is how old this is. I was actually using green stuff, not epoxy sculpt. So I put a magnet in there and then sculpted over this, and the same thing for up here. And this is a wrestler upper body. I can't remember who it was. And when I went to go cut this neck around, and I was going to put a ball joint in here, I actually messed it up. So the ball joint, I couldn't get to sit in there, and then I decided, hey, why not just use magnets? So he's very magnetized everywhere. I'll show you with the torso here. You can simply just do that, and it goes right on, and it creates good articulation. In my point, like you can, or in my opinion, you can swivel him around, and he'll still stay on there, and you can shake him up. This isn't going to come off very easily. It's a very, very strong magnet. I use the rare earth ones. Now, this part I'm not too happy about. I used these miniature magnets on the hands and on the arm there, so that you can just throw them on there. But they look really funny once they're on there. But I'm just going to have to get over that because I'm not changing it now. I would rather... Oh, well, there you go. I guess I can change it now. I didn't think that would come out. But I would rather like to do a peg. It would make it look a lot cooler. And then here's the head. You can see it was a banshee head. And he's pretty much done. Or, well, at least the head. And that goes on with a magnet too. And has articulation still. So that's kind of cool. And then these are from the 90s. Toy Biz Hydro Man. I put some more of the hot glue on there to make it look a little bit different, and they fit right over the arms like that. So that's my work in progress. For the other half of my customs update, I want to share with you guys these moloids that I've been working on. I've only been working on them for a couple hours. I just let the epoxy dry on their faces. So I'm going to tell you kind of like what I did. these are obvious to some, Smeagol's. These are the ones that I picked up from the flea market the other day, or you can call them Gollum too. It doesn't matter to me. These two obviously are the bendable ones. This one is the posable. I have another posable one, but I'm not 100% sure exactly if I want to customize it just yet. I can always go ahead and do it. Now, I was using the references of the Avenging Spider-Man comic book to make these because I love the way they look in there. They're just really cool little creatures, and they would look good with my mole man. So what I did is I cut the ears so that they are flocked. Not 100% sure, not 100% happy with the way they turned out because they cracked very easily. I guess because it's an older figure and it's made of a soft plastic, so they cracked. This ear I'm not too happy with. This one is a lot better. Now, as far as sculpting, I'm not the best sculptor, and I'm kind of new to it, so I wanted to try and just see if I can sculpt their, puffy eyes that they have because of them living underground. This was my first one that I attempted to make, and it's he has the kind of like a full mask look going on him, and I kind of tried to sculpt some detail into there. Hopefully it'll look better painted. This is the yellow that I'm starting with, and then there's going to be a wash and maybe a couple accents throughout him, but he's starting with a base yellow. And all I did here was just cut off the nose and then sculpt over everything. Hopefully it'll turn out how I want it to. And then this one has a little bit of a different expression on his face. I kind of wanted to do different things, not try and sculpt it all the same. So you see his eyes are more squinty, and there's not as much sculpting along him. So his ears are a little bit different. So I don't want them all to look exactly the same, but I want them to look like moloids. Now this one turned out kind of funny looking, just because of the expression on his face. He's kind of making like a giggling face. So when I cut the nose off and smoothed it out, I just sculpted these eyes. These ones are a little bit more puffy than the other ones, and I wanted to give him like more of a happier, kind of like relaxed look because the other ones are so angry looking. Like I said, I want to do different expressions. So I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with the other Gollum figure. I have the superposable ones until I'm done this one. So yeah, there's these guys, and again I gave them the flocked ears. So thanks for checking this out. Let me know what you guys think. I always appreciate criticism and the feedback that you guys give me. So all right guys, it's time for Crack It Open, and this week is something you guys voted, and you've been voting this every now and then for quite some time now. So here we are. We got the Kingpin and Daredevil Face-Off series variant. As you can tell by this sticker that somebody left on there, that it's the variant. The first, not the first variant, the variant to this variant is the Kingpin with a different head sculpt and a white outfit, and I think his cane is a little bit different too, and Daredevil is actually wearing his mask instead of maskless. Really cool figures. I do have them both separate, and I do enjoy them very much as figures. So I kind of know what to expect from this, but at the same time I've never actually opened either of these, the variant or the normal one, as far as cracking them open. So we're gonna get right into this. As you can see, it is the American Marvel Legends, because sometimes people have ones from Canada and stuff that have different languages. It says Kingpin Daredevil, includes 32-page comic book and Marvel vs. System trading cards, which was pretty cool. I believe if they pitched it a little bit differently, that game would have been a really big hit, like, you know, how like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all that stuff were. So they're arch enemies and whatnot, and recreate the battle with the diorama and all that. So Toy Biz was always known for giving us a ton of stuff. And if you guys seen the Crack It Open episode where I did Cap and Baron Strucker, you would have seen the stuff that it came with, and Toy Biz has always been really known for the extra mile. And I'm not liking that Hasbro just keeps complaining about cost and everything. And if they said that at the, I'm going to try not to go off on a tangent here, but they said at the panel that because of us, the Marvel Legends in the Hasbro department is a success, and that also that the reason why they can't add certain points of articulation and certain accessories and Build-A-Figures and whatnot is because of cost. Well, everywhere I go, and I'm sure everywhere everybody else goes, Legends sell out. They're gone. Just recently, I've been noticing them on the shelves, like Bucky Cap has been sitting on the shelf, and Drax at my Walmarts. But still, you know, like all the popular characters go fast. So if it's doing so well, and the money that they made from it, why don't they invest and make them better? Because the people who buy them are the fans, and the fans know how Legends are supposed to be, with the paint apps, with the articulation, with the accessories, with the Build-A-Figure. They're the main things that make Marvel Legends what they are. So anyway, now that I'm done that mini rant there, I'm going to get into this. This packaging is a little messed up. That's why I decided to crack it open. It's got a couple bends and stuff in it, and it's not really worth anything to me sitting in the package. And besides, who doesn't like playing with their toys? So now I'm going to cut this bad boy open. This way has always been my favorite way of opening my Toy Biz figures, just because it's very easy. And these boxes, these clamshell boxes, are so much better than anything. Like the carded things, I don't know, just not a fan. So here we got like a little display with, we got Bullseye and the Hand Ninjas in there, if you can see that. And it's Fisk Industries, so I guess that's Kingpin's little like headquarters or whatever. And here we have the Daredevil, The Man Without Fear comic book, where he's versing the Kingpin in the white outfit with the purple pants. I believe that's how he looked in the Spider-Man cartoon too, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. So we're going to leave that aside for now. And we're going to get these guys out. And of course, first things first, I gotta smell these guys. They smell so good, like brand new plastic, like I probably should die from inhaling them, but at least I die happy, right? So here's the Versus System card, moving target, something with Kingpin and Daredevil on it. Sorry about that. I don't think my family can go 5 minutes without interrupting me. So anyway, we're gonna go back to this again, and I just hit the camera. Okay, I'm gonna take out the accessories first because they're not tied in by tie ties or anything. So we got this little base thing here that you've seen it before, extends. Having a kind of trouble, whatever. that's for the flight stands here, so you can get them in poses and pose them on your shelves. This is such a cool idea that Toy Biz threw in there when they were making these figures, because you can actually get the pose that's on the comic book there if you really want with those stands. So just a really cool accessory. Now this might be a little noisy, so I'm gonna get all these ties out. Alright, so we got these guys open. We're gonna move the camera up, and you see right there, a ton of ties. One thing I do, I have come to learn to love is actually undoing twist ties. I used to hate it. It used to hurt my fingers when I was little. I wish that they would have thought of something different, and now that they don't do them, I miss them, because you can do so much with these. You can use them for Spider-Man webbing. You can use them for like holding things together. You can imagine the possibilities are pretty much endless. But okay, so here we go. Now we got these guys open, and you can see that we have Daredevil himself, or Matt Murdock, because he has his hood down, or whatever, his mask down. And we have Mr. Fisk himself, the Kingpin. These figures are both really, really nice looking. I guess we'll start with the villain, because you can always end with the hero. It's a better way to go. Now, this guy has tons of detail, and he comes with a really cool cane, solid color, nothing too fancy, a little bit of sculpting at the one end, and then at this end, he has a translucent ruby-like top. I think it was intended to have paint detail around the outside so that it looks like the things are holding in the diamond or ruby or whatever it may be on the inside. But I'm not complaining. I don't really care. So there's that, his little cane. And here he is. And these guys are giving off the best toy smell ever right now, making me happy, bringing me back to a older time, I guess, a more brighter time for Legends, at least. So you can see that he's got a pretty cool face sculpt, very angry looking, kind of appears to be a little cross-eyed. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Not too bad though. He has this flexible black coat, little peg hole in the back for that stand over there. For a bigger guy, this guy is very articulated. Most bigger figures, I'm sure you guys know already, the elbow joints usually only do a 90, but I'm not complaining. It's really cool that he actually is articulated very well. Ball jointed shoulders up here. He has, I think he has a wrist swivel. Maybe not. Maybe it does. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to push it. He does have in and out and then finger articulation with pinky ring. Little cool detail that they threw in here. Of course, they threw in the buttons, which is always cool to see. But they actually put the shirt at the end of the sleeve of the coat. Toy Biz was known to pay attention to those details, and just love it. As you can see, he's got a vest in here that's black with the buttons. He's got an ascot-like ruffle thing that's red, and then the shirt is purple, like it is down here. Black pants with some shoes that have a little bit of detail on it. It's got a gold detail, toe articulation, ankle pivot. He seems to have a forward and back on his feet, but the pants hinder it, and that's not a big deal because he's a big guy. He doesn't really need to have all that articulation. Double jointed knees, so you can get him into better poses. Really cool. This knee looks a little weird. It seems to be all the way forward. It's just hanging down a little bit. I hope it's not broken. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. Ball jointed inner thigh, or yeah, upper thigh, whatever, with a swivel and a hinge here, and waist articulation. No ab crunch, obviously. He's got a big belly. But really cool figure, tons of detail, tons of sculpt, paint, just great. In my opinion, I prefer the white one just because that's how I remember him from the cartoons and you know, the comics that I did read when I was little. But the black suit is a nice touch, and it reminds me of the Kingpin from the Daredevil movie. Of course, he was not a white Kingpin, but still, you know, really cool to see him in a different outfit, different colored outfit at least. So here we go, Daredevil. He's probably been a base body for Deadpool a couple times, but very cool figure. Doesn't seem to want to swivel at that wrist. You can see all his articulation. I'm not going to go over it all right now because you can pretty much see where it bends, but he does have this armpit joint, which I do like. I like the extra, you know, the extra-ness that goes with these figures. It's just, you know, crazy. Ankle rocker and everything. Tons of sculpt, shading, detail, and the gloves are immaculate. Just so cool. One thing I don't like about this figure, and I've already known this before, is the shape of his hand curling down here. I guess it's for his weapons. They're kind of in there. Where you know, it's like that. He holds it like that, and he hangs from things. But I wish it was straight. It looks kind of goofy. Not a big deal though. Don't really care. Nice face sculpt. Clear red glasses. Looks a lot like Scott Summers, whatever. And the mask on the back, hanging down. Really cool. So that's my crack it open for these two guys today. Sorry if I kind of rushed it. And thank you guys for all your support and subscribing and everything. And let me know what you want to see next week. Not going to keep this going much longer. And thank you all for watching.